Yes. I thought you were going to say, tell me about, you're going to have to give me names. So, yeah, run a defenseman, and we don't have a lot of depth there, but it certainly wasn't by design. I mean, and, when we got to 5, my guys, but we've taken a few defensemen. And I said, yes, but if he's the best guy, let's keep going here, whatever it is. So it was not position. As I've said all along, we're not the NFL. It was our list.
Tell us about Brendan. What kind of player is what you like about him?
Yeah, he's 6'2", he's lean, he's got to put on some mass and get stronger, but he's, and you might hear this a couple times, he's an unbelievable athlete. He tested off the charts, he can really skate, he's raw. We had some concerns a little bit about his defensive game. He went where he went, obviously, so there are some things he has to improve, but I know the one thing that we can teach as an organization, and that's how to check. And he's talented, and he's very athletic.
He had a great combine. Did that go into it all? I mean, it was right.
Well, his testing, we knew that before that because of the prospect game. So we were kind of hoping he couldn't test at the combine because we felt comfortable with the information we had, and we had done some good background on him and talked to people in PA and got testing from there and that. But other teams do that, obviously. I know that, and he's just gifted. He's a gifted athlete, and I think when you get to a certain point in the draft that. I've said all along we're trying to be innovative and use athleticism and analytics to our advantage to help our eyes, what we see with our eyes.
He mentioned that the interview seemed to go well with you guys. Was there anything from that was?
No, I can't say that. Most interviews go well. I asked him where he thought he was going to get drafted. He said around the point he did. I asked him, was there one team specifically that he thought, and he said he felt good about us, and he wasn't surprised that we drafted him. So maybe I should hire him to scout if he gets insight like that. But it was what we consider a good pick long term. Every one of them. Every single one of them. Except Jack. Well, we liked him, right? And I don't want to say that, but we like Dennis. Besides on the ice, we got to know him a little bit, and not that it means anything, but my son was on the ice with him at the Harbor Center for about a month. Different ends of the ice, but my son comes home and says, he's a real great kid, and he's talking like he's a man, and he just turned 17. So we certainly had interest in him, and he went to Chicago, and we had him and Borgen very close, and they're somewhat similar players and similar backgrounds, and the great thing about both guys is they're athletic and they're going to university, and so you have their rights, but you don't have to rush them. They can develop at their own pace, and I think when you get into the late third where Dennis went and early fourth where Borgen went, that there's some development that has to take place, and no better place to do it than the NCAA.
You didn't take your guard of the goalie, you traded picks, and you had Leonard. So
I know.
It impacted that.
Not having a third impacted that, for sure. But after the Robin trade, I talked to the guys last night about Ullmark again. I talked to them about Johansson again. And nobody said either one of them are sure things, but you have those two guys, and Cal Peterson had a terrific year, freshman year at Notre Dame. So getting the young goalie for the big team that we did, that gives us, I think, a little time with our own guys to let them separate themselves from each other and you know, if there's only one that rises out of those three, then we'll feel the need to do that again. But again, it's my preference would have been to one of these guys to take a goalie, but I think the third round pick not having that really impacted that where the goalies went.
Did you inquire on Greiba before he was dealt?
I didn't inquire on him, no. Brian told me that he was going to move him. And I asked him if he could shoot left instead of right, and Brian didn't think he could. So I didn't move forward with that.
You have a ton of NHL forwards now. Do you think maybe you need a veteran UFA defenseman?
I probably do. I probably need a veteran UFA defenseman, or I have to trade for one. And I've been talking to teams about a left shot D, and as many trades that get made here, you know, when you're making a purely NHL deal, team hockey trade or what have you, you know, we'll get to July 1st and you know, we'll see what's out there, who's interested in us, and we'll be talking to teams for sure.
Without even getting to July 1st, with the moves that you've made in the last couple of days, do you feel like you've assembled a playoff team now?
No, you're never going to get me to say that. If we go to the conference finals in 2 years and ask me if we're going to make the playoffs the next year, I'm not going to say that. Things change every day. Certainly here things change a lot of days. We've changed our team a lot. We've improved a lot. But I'm just going to, again, try to get better, a little bit better every day. And we think we've done that. And our players are excited, but I'm not going to put pressure on our players or coaches and say that we're a playoff team now. I think there's still a lot of uncertainty, and you know, everything's new. And let's see how it all comes together in training camp. And you know, if you ask me that question at the end of October, I won't answer it, but I certainly would feel better answering it if I was willing to.
Tim, do you feel different about it today than you did earlier in the week? I mean, do you feel more positive about it?
About our team?
Yeah. Where do you feel? How do you feel?
I like I said yesterday, the trades we made us better, and I feel good about it. But no, that's it. The question is, do I feel good about it? I feel good about it. I feel much better about our team. I think we've taken big strides.
Dan said that, jokingly said that you guys disagreed how much better the team got. You know, you said just a little bit. He said a lot.
Let him put his balls on the line for that one.
But did you feel his excitement? He was when we talked to him, he was really excited.
Well, he should be. He should be really excited based on from the day he was hired to today. I say that and a little bit jokingly. No, but he's excited. The two assistant coaches that were just hired are excited. I mean, every time, it's Christmas morning for coaches every time you add a proven good to very good NHL players. So, I can see that they're excited, and I think they should be excited.
Tim, when you look at the prices paid for guys like Calvin and Lack today, and the price you paid for Renner, is that just maybe just because he's a little bit younger and he's signed as a result, and those other guys are a little bit older and not?
Different circumstances. Can they lose those guys after a year? You know, I'd have to, look at the contracts and everything that what happened today, but. As I said before, Leonard was number one on our list. I don't want to say he was miles one or inches one. That doesn't matter. He was one on our list. The situation for many reasons, for talent level, for what I think he is as a goalie, certainly for age, for contract status. So we were willing to pay a price on him that we weren't willing to pay on some other guys. I think that Ryan O'Reilly has played a lot of wing in Colorado. I think that Gergensons has played a lot of wing in Buffalo. You guys say all these centers. I look at it after those two that are very versatile and can play wing. We have Eichel and Reinhart and Larson, who can play center and wing. Cody McCormick plays center and wing. I don't see, other than the two young guys, guys that can't play wing. And in saying that, we've seen a lot of kids drafted early in drafts at their first and second year in the NHL. Coaches do put them on the wing because there's not as much responsibility defensively. So I don't think we have I keep hearing we have so many centers, but I just don't see it that way.
You said last night you had a plan for Cody Hudson. Could you share?
No, I'm going to just stick to what I do and be very open with you guys on things I can be and keep you in the dark on things I want to.
Are you on the Ehrhoff timetable, maybe? The day after the draft?
Yeah, well, we're getting to the point of no return if it is a buyout, and if it isn't a buyout, then there is no timetable. So you guys will know pretty quickly, yeah.
I know you hate hypotheticals.
Yeah, I do.
When you fly home and you reflect on this weekend, what's going to be the first thing that you look back on and say, "Wow"?
I think just the whole thing yesterday. I mean, I'm really happy with the guys we took today, and they're prospects, and they're a timeout that we're going to get excited about them in Buffalo as Buffalo Sabres. We're excited about them as being prospects in the organization. But I think yesterday, I think that what I consider a number one goalie, Ryan O'Reilly, who I consider one of the top guys in the National League, and then Jack Eichel. I mean, I told you guys yesterday it was one of the highlights of my drafting career. So that's pretty well what I'll reflect on. I'm not a very reflective guy. I'm happy we went back, we got ready for today, and you know what? We'll go and have a little meeting tonight and see if we can grab a couple guys that didn't get drafted for development camp that we had on our list and and then we'll fly home and we'll get ready for July 1st. So you just keep marching ahead. That's all you can do in life is march ahead and get ready for the next challenge.